Two. Welcome everyone. What's up, podcast? John, Jake, Brad here on the Derealization Nation Media Network, the Antifa headquarters in northeastern Ohio, western Pennsylvania. We are coming at you on YouTube, Substack. You can also follow us on Instagram and Threads. Please like and subscribe. Help us push out into the algorithm. Leave some stuff in the comments. We love hearing from you and thank you for helping this thing grow. Guys, we got a lot of things to get to, but there is one story that is bigger than all stories, perhaps the biggest story, and that is Escalator Gate. Fellas,
Uh,
we already talked about this last time. The elevator stopped at the UN while Trump was getting on it, and the teleprompter shit out on him. And now he says that the speakers weren't working either. So
yeah,
it's a
no one could hear him.
yeah, nobody could hear him, which sounds uh, like a dream come true. But regardless, it's a triple sabotage. It might be the biggest story ever, and Fox News has made just a giant ass of themselves talking about this nonstop ever since. So I'm gonna play this little video real quick. Fucking,
Yeah.
that's from Stephen Colbert. Jesse Waters actually said that they should bomb the UN or some shit. Like they have literally lost their fucking minds.
They
And
should bomb the UN building. Remember the people
But
that were just crying last week because people were not kind about the death of Charlie Kirk, and they're like, "Bomb the UN building."
they could have broke their necks. I don't know how fast the escalators go at the fucking UN, but I don't think that's really a I don't know how
his
possible that is.
his tweet reminds me of like when I have a bad day at work and I text my friend with a full ass rant, and it's like the simplest thing that happened, and I
Right,
shouldn't be mad.
right. Yeah, but he doesn't have any friends. He just has True Social.
Melania just started walking. She's like, "Let me get the fuck away from this guy. I don't care if it's broken down or not. Just get me going up towards the top."
Get me out of here. It's wild. If you look to their right, the other escalator is working just fine. So if they were just a little less stubborn, they could have very easily taken the escalator
Hmm.
to the right.
Well, if they didn't have such a firm grip on that handlebar, they could
Thank
have gone right into those stairs.
thank God for Melania's years of working at the club, she had such a strong grip in her wrist. Thank God for that. Uh
Dude, I saw a montage today of clips of her just like being completely disgusted with Donald Trump. And if Donald Trump wasn't such a shitty human being, I would almost feel bad for the man that he was in that bad of a relationship. You know what I mean? Like she clearly doesn't care about you, bro.
no, she hates him.
Right. It's very apparent. The montage had me crying, dude.
It's fucking hilarious. Well, you should have sent it. We could have played it. It's all right. We'll save it because I'm sure there'll be more hate to come. Uh, it just and guys, the thing is just in case there are people out there who are just learning just now, like how could they be making fun of this after having consumed Fox News and Benny Johnson and fucking Ben Shapiro crying about this. Uh, the reason the escalator stopped was because Trump has these really loves a flourish of an entrance. If you've seen any of the White House TikToks, you know how many goddamn videos they have of him walking in slow motion. So as the cameraman was moving in for the shot from the top of the escalator, it tripped a safety feature, which stopped the escalator. So that's what happened. His fucking his stupid fucking ego stopped the escalator, and as has been pointed out many times on many networks, but nobody seems to care on the right. Uh, the teleprompter is control. The teleprompter, the speaker, like that's your team. The UN is not like it doesn't have like an AV club for you to blame for your problems. You're supposed to put your own shit on the teleprompter. It's 100% your problem. So the only people he's mad at are his own people. It's just, a waste of fucking time. Speaking of waste of times, they charged James Comey with obstruction of justice and I don't know, saying mean things, I think was the other one. Making,
Felonies.
yeah, felonies. Yep. Grand jury threw out a third charge. If this is the guy who refused the loyalty pledge to Trump in his first administration, and then Trump pushed him out. He accuses him of election interference in the 2016 election when it was Comey who decided to talk about Hillary's emails instead of the uh, fact that the Russians wanted Donald Trump for president. So, if anything, his interference helped push Donald Trump across the finish line more than anything else. He kind of owes him his first presidency in a big way. But now he's the enemy of the state and being arrested. And that's what happens. That's what happens to everybody who works with Donald Trump. You're not long for this world. Nobody is, but people do it anyway. And it's the same story as it says with every other fucking idiot who's ever gotten this kind of power, whether it's Stalin or Hitler or whatever other fucking, authoritarian you could think of. You always end up flying out a window, bro. You ain't special. That's just the way it goes. Any chance there's anything in these indictments?
Uh, it depends on who's hearing them. I mean, honestly, that's what it comes down to. Like, we're just attacking political opponents at this point. So, like, you know,
If I told you that seasoned prosecutors declined to bring the case, and so the seasoned prosecutor was fired and replaced by someone who has never prosecuted a case in their life, would that change your opinion of the case at all?
okay, so that we get it over this is going. So it's just a direct attack on his political opponent then. Gotcha.
For sure.
This is why the Republicans that are currently in Congress don't speak out
Yeah.
because they know that he has authoritarian rule at this point. And
Hmm.
if you go against Trump, he will do this.
Yeah, absolutely. So, uh, just real quick, update on Israel's latest bullshit. We do have a modicum of good news. I guess a lot of the nations recognizing the Palestinians as a state is big. Flying the Palestinian state at the UN was big. None of those things are actionable. None of those things are making life any better in Gaza. The United States is back to plan to let Tony Blair lead the Gaza International Transition Authority. This is a 5-year plan that would give them supreme political and legal authority. There's really no timeline actually for it to end, and they would oversee the GHF, which is the organization that offers aid as a trap to murder Israel or murder Palestinians. So, uh, just super superb plan, but it doesn't explicitly state the uh, I don't know, what do you call mass expulsion of Palestinians in the plan. But obviously, it probably still would happen.
Uh, can you explain to me, just real quick in layman's terms, what the term Zionist means?
I don't think a Zionist could explain to you what a Zionist means. But I think broadly, speaking, what people mean when they say it is just somebody who believes that the nation of Israel is necessary uh, for to right some either to right the wrongs of like the Holocaust or to right the wrongs of Jewish people not having a state for over 2,000 years, being spoiled from their home for 2,000 years, but somebody that believes in the divine right of Israel to
So is it
exist.
essentially like white supremacists, but for Israel?
That's a, I mean, that's a pretty good way to look at it,
Is
I would
that, I
say.
mean, because that's
That's,
kind of how I view it.
that's pretty
Is
accurate.
they like claim a sense of superiority.
Yeah,
And there was
no,
an American congressman talking about the situation in Gaza, basically claiming that it was all a farce and it wasn't happening. And he said the people that are spreading this propaganda are anti-Zionist. That's what he said. That was his actual terminology. He said anti-Zionist. That's like being like these people are anti-KKK. We are not.
yeah,
You don't know the full story. That's what he said. Like these people are saying this shit out loud, bro. They are working for Israel. All 250 of them sitting over there kissing the fucking wall
yeah,
and the
absolutely.
ring, and then flew back home.
Even that state senator from Mexico, his daughter made a TikTok. Did you guys happen to see that?
I did that.
Oh, so she made like a TikTok. She's like, so my dad, who's a New Mexico state senator, not a US senator, just got back from a trip to fucking Israel. And you see this all the time. They have like they make up these laws where like it makes it illegal for you to divest from Israel or for because of Israel. And it's in your state. It's just like they are fucking psychopaths. And if you don't believe me, just look at what they did when what they're doing, installing the free press at CBS News. The Free Press is the very pro-Israel Barry Weiss to run the news department at CBS. So, yeah, I mean, they will literally do anything, and we'll talk more about that later on in the show. Uh,
I have a question too. Did you see that when Kamala was talking about her book at a auditorium, I don't know what it was for. I think it was just an interview with her. Someone came up and was yelling and saying that she doesn't care about Gaza and everything, and her response was, "Well, I'm not the president right now.
yeah,
There's nothing I can do."
which is exactly what Obama said too, which is just such an insensitive thing to say as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, that's how I took it. I didn't know like what.
Yep.
It really
Because she
does.
would not have stopped this. I want to be very clear. She would not have stopped this.
No,
Maybe
Okay,
it wouldn't have been as expedited, but 100% Israel would have just moved into Gaza.
okay.
yeah, it just yeah, it would have existed very much the same way as it did under Biden. There's no doubt about it. Maybe you would have had slower, more humanitarian aid. They certainly wouldn't have this carte blanche to just go ahead and do exactly what they're doing now. But it was the same thing. This has been happening long before October 7th. This has been happening for decades. And that genocide would have continued under Harris. And
Yep.
anybody who may, and I think we all were just sort of hopeful that we could move her to the left and needed to deal with an existential crisis directly in front of us during that election. And that I believe still was the correct answer to the quiz. But it's very clear with her reactions and lack of speaking out on this thing now that there would have been no moving left on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd have been lucky if she had maintained the status quo.
Right. It would have just, she was not willing to stray away from Biden's plan for Israel, which was essentially what they're doing now. Maybe not as ramped up, like I said, but nonetheless, it would have happened. It would have just been more drawn out.
You know,
I
it's
do think she would respond better if we were doing like the protests that we're doing now. I think she would respond better than Trump would be.
yeah, I
If we
agree.
saw the people, I think she would do a little bit more than.
I think she would have fewer college students arrested. I Fewer, not none, but fewer. Um, yeah, I think that'd probably be about the extent of it, though. I, the crazy part is like just to real quick drive this point, like because it's been bugging me. Like Democrats, if they were to take this anti-war message, it's so popular, they could sweep these fucking midterms. They could flood they could they could win Senate seats, congressional
Yeah.
seats, local elections everywhere because people fucking hate war. We are all exhausted by war. The most politically active generations right now are boomers, millennials, and some of Gen Z. And boomers and millennials fucking cannot stand war. Most of Gen Z cannot stand war, except for the crazy part that's MAGA, who will just do whatever Donald Trump says. But for the most part, every single generation agrees that we are war exhausted in this country. And we do not want to see it, and we do not believe in funding it. And it's such an easy layup. And they're like J.R. Smith in the playoffs, man. They're just going to the wrong basket. Just going to the wrong basket.
Fucking JR.
Too much Henny, too much weed, bro.
Right. You got
Anyway,
hammered at the golf course before the game.
dude, unbelievable. Well, you know what? You wouldn't have won the first one without him, so thank you,
That's
JR.
true. Yeah.
Eh,
By the way, you were talking about college kids. Did you see the MAGA turds that went to the HBCU in Tennessee and tried to
what?
set up shop? And then surprisingly enough, they were basically booed out of the off the campus, pretty clearly. I don't understand what they thought they were going to accomplish. Did you not see the demographics of the votes? Brother, what do you mean? Why would you go there?
Oh
They
my
don't agree
God.
with your message of hate. And then they were like, look how
Arrogance.
they treated us. Look how we were treated.
Hmm. Yep, they think they're proving some kind of, white racism point probably. Because that's the kind of fucking that and arrogance. Like they just really believe that like people want to hear them speak
Right.
on every topic, you know?
I'm very pro black. I'm pro people in general, and they don't want to see me on campus talking.
No,
You know
no,
what I
they
mean?
don't.
Like I'm. They don't want to see. They don't. I'm not. What are you doing? What? You sound dumb as fuck. And
Yeah,
then you're up
this
there representing the man who's actively like making their communities worse. And you like, why didn't they accept us with open arms?
yeah, right. Why don't they love us? Why don't they love Donald Trump? Jake, can you put number one up for us? I just want to point out, like, what, just real quick, how stupid this man is again. I just can't let this one go. Like, this is, oh, damn it. I got you. Hold on. One day I will get it 100% right. Not today, though. All right, yeah, now you can share. So let's see number one. This guy, he went to Wharton Business School, right? He went to
This the one with the
with
picture of him.
yes. Hmm.
Gotcha.
Here's the quote. This is the only country in the world where you announce great numbers and the stock market goes down because when you announce great numbers, they immediately want to take that success away by raising the interest rates. Why can't you announce great numbers and let them lower the interest rates? Brad, would you like to take this one? Why can't you have a red hot economy and lower interest rates?
Because that's not how the economy works. But also, this is market manipulation, bro. This is our president actively attempting to manipulate the stock market
And the
in
central
the open,
bank
in broad daylight. Like,
and
what the fuck?
and the central bank.
Yeah, this is crazy. Right. I don't
Yes.
understand how this isn't like, what are we doing? Like, his people don't understand it, though. They're just like, he's right.
Yeah.
He's right.
He's right. Why don't they?
They don't understand that, like, the wealth gap is so big that the wealthiest 10% of this country can float the stock market as much as they want it to make it appear as though it's doing good. And they can keep buying things because 10 to 15 to 20% on a single product does not affect them the way it affects us. So they can single handedly move the money either way they want. You know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what they're going to do. And the market is going to fall. They're
Hmm.
going to they're going to
Oh,
make these people pay out their shorts, and then the market is going to tumble, bro. And then they're going to take all their money and buy it again and do the exact same thing and just rinse and repeat.
yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
Donald Trump's like, guys, hello, we're not ready to dump it yet. Keep fucking buying stuff, idiots. And people just eat that shit up. They're like, hell yeah, dude, I could get in and make some money. You're right, buddy. You're going to turn your $100 into 111. Congratulations. Like, they're
Congratulations.
going to turn $50 million into $250 million. Y'all aren't paying attention.
Hmm. Yep. Just fucking playing like a fiddle. We're gonna talk a lot more about the fucking economy and the bubbles and the inevitable crash that is on its way. Uh, but before we do that, uh, the good news out of Israel is Microsoft actually reversed course and cut off this really spy agency from using their Azure cloud service, which allowed them to collect uh, and play back and analyze content of every Palestinian cell phone, which is insane that that technology should be illegal in period, like just should not exist. Uh, but it's cool though that a company responded to its workers and pressure from employees, just like ABC did. And we got to keep highlighting these wins because we cannot. You got to remember, like you got to see where, even when it's small stuff, like you got to see where pushback does work. Which is why we have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing.
Dude, nobody watches Jimmy Kimmel. Okay. 250,000 viewers a night or something like that. Okay. That's nothing, right?
Mhm.
The night he comes back, 6.8 million viewers. 6.8 million viewers. Like, Donald Trump was like, I'm going to rejuvenate Jimmy Kimmel's career. You watch this. And now
Yeah,
Jimmy Kimmel's pulling 7 million viewers
that's
to
on.
hear him continue making fun of the president.
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody,
Uh,
like Jimmy Kimmel, 250,000 viewers is nothing.
Those are the TV numbers. Like you add that to another six, it was like 7 or 8 million on YouTube this afternoon and
Yeah,
rising. And not to mention all the clips and stuff on TikTok. It was estimated by somebody this afternoon around 20 million people had viewed the majority of his monologue.
I mean, Jimmy Kimmel like became relevant again when I wasn't. Were you watching Jimmy Kimmel? I wasn't watching Jimmy
And
Kimmel.
Stephen Colbert. Like I
Yeah,
honestly, like late night TV has been like the only person watching it was like him and people as old as him. And now all of a sudden we're all like, yeah, let me see some of these clips. What you got?
I think he just knows that they'll go out and vote.
Yeah,
They'll vote.
they will.
That's cool.
Uh, So yeah, that's pretty cool. A little bit of pushback works. Here's the unfortunate thing, and here's why we got to keep pushing because they just moved straight over to a different fucking conglomerate. Amazon handed them their cloud service and said, "Here, you can use ours." So again,
Oh,
yeah, wah, wah, wah. Small victories, small victories. This is why
Spain and
you've just got to stop using Amazon. Amazon did have to pay back $2.5 billion in fees that they collected and for obstructing people's ability to cancel their Prime memberships over years. That was brought about by populist hero Lena Khan under the Biden administration, and that she was suing the fuck out of Google, out of Microsoft. Some of those lawsuits still are around, which Trump is using to manipulate and profit for himself. But this one finished in a profitable way for the American people. They will get some of their money returned. So good job. Thank you again, Lena Khan. I hope to see you again in government. All right.
Spain and Italy are escorting the flotilla currently to give aid to Gaza. Italy is only doing it because their people marched in the fucking streets.
Hmm. Literally all over the world, the support for Gaza is huge.
Everyone. Yeah.
And Democratic politicians are still out here like, well, what's my Israel talking point? My pro-Israel talking point?
Yeah,
Except for Senator Chris Van Hollen, who is like coming out strong lately. He's really been saying a lot. And proposed progressive tax on people who make over $1 million and moving all up all the way to the billionaires. Like he's like,
as
fuck
it
them,
should be.
get that money. Good for him.
I have. I'm sending her this episode because we talked today and she asked me to. So I'm going to talk about my aunt today.
Okay.
But my aunt voted red.
Uh-oh.
And today I had her telling me that we should tax the billionaires to death. I know, bro, we get it. You're on my side too.
Yeah.
She's like, nothing. She's like, nothing changed. She's like, things didn't get cheaper. There's not more jobs. Nothing
No.
changed.
To be fair, to be fair, he always very good at finding problems. Trump finds the problems, talks about the problems, he knows what the problem. He just does not have a single fucking solution because he doesn't give a rat's ass about any of the problems. He knows the problems are because he and his people like him created them, and they're going to continue to create them, and you can go fuck yourself and die.
Right, dude.
That's where it's at. So, uh, all right, let's get to turds of the week. Time to dig through the week's news, find something that maybe slipped through the cracks or needs to be highlighted, something particularly awful, uh, and polish it up and bring it to the forefront for a little extra discussion. Uh, you know, real quick, speaking of great stories about the Trump dance, since the D
Say it, John, because I was coming with it if you weren't.
So since the Detroit Tigers used the Trump dance as a celebration at the beginning of, let's say, September, they were about 10 games up on the Cleveland Guardians in the AL Central. Since then, they have lost nearly every single motherfucking game, while the Guardians have won nearly every single motherfucking game and have passed each other up. And the Guardians took first place back last night in a very exciting game. And you know what? I guess, the circle jerk dance just doesn't pay off.
If you were a gambling man,
Hmm.
the Guardians on September 5th were plus 10,000 to win the division. Today they're minus 185.
Holy shit.
Plus 10,000, bro.
From impossible underdog to odds on favorite.
Yeah, the Tigers are 1-11 since they did the dance, bro. I cannot. Can't make this stuff up.
It's
The whole
crazy.
team did?
Well, several members, yeah.
What's the score? Do you know the score of the game right now by chance? Are you listening?
I am not. No, I did not. I did not have it
All
up.
right, me either.
I couldn't get the fucking TV to work. The little TV. Big
Oh,
TV is working just fine.
okay.
I got two TVs in my living room so I can watch multiple football games or
Oh, and you want to bitch about the economy.
you know, you gotta have a
uh,
little it's the small comforts in life. You gotta
I
have
hear
them.
you. I hear
Uh,
you.
all right. So let's see.
I can go first if you want. Mine's not too crazy and not heavy or anything.
Yeah, you may as well. Go ahead. This is a good one.
So I'm bringing back the TikTok ban. Our Lord and Savior Trump, who saved us from losing TikTok, has now put in the new policies that he wants to do with the new American app that he is taking over from China. He's
Mm.
putting 7 Americans in charge, or yes, 6 Americans in charge.
Hmm.
They didn't explain what the last one was,
Oh.
but 6 Americans in charge. They want to control the algorithms now, so there's no Chinese propaganda, which don't think I've ever came across. Maybe the engines.
Yeah,
Only
me.
Chinese propaganda I've ever gotten off of TikTok.
Those were not, in fact, perfect engines.
My takeaway from this is that they are completely controlling any space where people have the feeling that they can speak about whatever policies or whatever they want to talk about without being judged, and then being able to find an audience and support and community. Because this was brought about, this is like my generation's like baby during COVID to stay connected in a way. And we've flourished with it. Small businesses have flourished with it. People have made life careers out of this, and now it's all at risk. This new regulations and bans and everything like that. And like some of the people in charge of the CEO of Dell, Mark Dahl or something like that, and then Rupert Murdoch.
Fox News. Congratulations. Your TikTok is now Fox News.
Yeah, so if your TikTok changes, that's why,
But
unfortunately. I'm sure we'll come up with another app and maybe switch over like we did with Twitter. So,
immediately, we got to
yeah,
go back to Red Note. I'll go back to Red Note and start hanging out with
right.
my
It's
people
like
from the Far East. I don't care.
as long
No,
as I have something,
just call it the Vine. Bring back the Vine. You
I
know,
would find
it,
back.
Dude, wouldn't that be crazy? A resurgence of Vine.
that's what I mean. That's what I'm for. Because I mean, that's I didn't really get the TikTok thing because prison, but
Sure.
the Vine, I loved the Vine.
Well, I wish they could take you from the start of COVID to now, just like the sounds of TikTok, like the biggest sounds of TikTok, because it was just the wildest time during COVID.
If you want free advice on how to make a viral TikTok video right now, it's the sounds of TikTok set to Sarah McLachlan in memoriam video right now. Like there you go. That's a free. That's on me. That's on me. Just like and subscribe. That's all we fucking ask. It's free for Christ's sakes. Uh, so yeah, yeah. TikTok's going. Your algorithm's going away too. And I know that like you guys both tell me all the time how well curated your algorithms are.
Mine is
Yeah.
just it holds me tight at night. It does.
Yeah. And we've seen it. Like we've used the algorithms as part of the show. At the end of the show, we always show off a little bit of the what our algorithm is feeding us, which I think is always interesting to see. And you know, all
I
that's
could
going
also
away.
see it being like a scare tactic. Like now they're watching us, so like people aren't gonna post what they post now. Like two of the videos that we're gonna watch tonight, I feel like are ones that will be riskier in a way to post with them keeping this close eye on it now. You know
For
what I
sh
mean?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely meant to chill speech, like everything else is. And
And out of Donnie's words, they were like, "Oh, is this gonna be able to promote more MAGA propaganda?" And he's like, "No." And I think this is the first time he's ever said this. He said, "This is for everyone. Everyone
Hmm.
will be equal," and stuff like that.
you said I would like it to be
Yeah, you did say
95%.
he would like it to be, but everyone will have a yeah.
Yeah,
There's already so many bots on TikTok. So many.
so many.
Hmm.
fucking watch anytime, especially when it comes to Israel or Ukraine. Like fucking post those two. Anytime we post any of those two types of videos, it is just a nonstop uh smattering of word salads about Russian stuff. It's just crazy.
I feel confident in saying that if Fox News makes a TikTok post, 87% of the comments are bots.
Oh, for sure. And what the worst part is like it's gonna be like you won't even know that's Fox News. And like you're gonna have it's not like it's just gonna be Fox News, those guys. You're gonna have a wide variety of opinions. Everybody from Fox News to Larry Ellison. Who, if you don't know who Larry Ellison is the biggest US donor to the IDF. He is the guy who is instilling the pro-Israel propaganda at CBS News, called the Free Press, with their propagandist Barry Weiss. Barry Weiss is the one who argued that the starvation claims were misinformation because the children who were starving, it did not mention in the story that they had pre-existing conditions, including gunshot wounds to the head and shrapnel and damage from shrapnel from bombings. So their argument was is that you're lying because you failed to mention that the starving children had actually also been shot too. So that's the kind of fucking clear-minded, straightforward reporting you can expect to get now out of CBS, TikTok, Paramount, that one conglomerate in general. And this is just it's been a larger problem. We've seen it like it's smart people have been warning about this since local newspapers have shut down. And this is a big reason why we have what we have. And we're trying to build what we have here at the Realization Nation Media. We want to be bigger. We want to be a part of this thing because it is important to have not just the New York Times, but it's also important to have smaller publications. It is how the revolution of America started with small printing presses and papers. It is how democracy lives. And when you have democracy being controlled by five or six corporations, you don't have democracy. And that's been obvious to a lot of people for a very long time. And it's just been making things worse and worse and worse. And media, we've been clinging to these little bits and pieces like TikTok that we had. Like you get these little things and you can make them your own. And you can talk about the things you want to talk about and get some truth out there. And then sooner or later, as soon as it becomes profitable, here comes fucking Viacom, CBS, fucking Verizon Core to swoop in, buy it up, and destroy it. And it happens over and over and over and over again. So, we use these platforms to the best of our ability, but the only way to fight the algorithm is with real human interaction. And it's gonna take that. So like I'm not just making a pitch for our company, which I am, but also for all independent media. Like it, subscribe it if they're out there and they're fighting for it, even if you don't technically like it. Just push quality small batch journalism into the ethos. It's also worth noting that uh journalism used to be done by people with regular college educations, no college education, and now it's exclusively done by Ivy League elites. Their opinions are good and valid, and it is important to have experts, but it is also important to hear the opinions and values of people, everyday people who are not Ivy League educated, like ourselves, or other people, and people, even other people than us. Like the more opinions and the more uh, people paying attention to the news, the better. And it also gives you a better idea of what the truth is when you have more people reporting on the facts. And so this stuff is super important, and this ban on TikTok should be a fucking red alert for everybody. They have been on a full-on war to control all of the media, all of it, as if three companies controlling it all wasn't enough already. Now they're trying to bring it all under one umbrella. You guys want to add anything to that?
No, it's just a consolidation,
Yeah,
continued consolidation of the outside world that we can access. And let's not forget they have the ability to shut it all down anytime they want to.
Right.
Like
for
they could
sure,
stop it all for real.
for sure.
Just blackout.
Charlie Kirk wasn't dead 20 minutes before the Vice President of the United States hijacked his fucking podcast to spread state propaganda.
Yeah.
So don't tell me it's about Charlie Kirk because I don't believe you for one goddamn second. You guys remember what Charlie Kirk's mom said at his memorial?
Yeah.
Oof.
Of course you don't. She didn't fucking speak at it. Neither his dad or any other member of his family.
It is really weird. I was trying to look into that a little bit, um, and I couldn't even find a picture of his mom at all. And dad, I couldn't tell you whether or not they're alive or deceased. I don't know. So like I saw that, and that's obviously like if that's a real thing and they're both very much alive and well. Charlie was only 31 years old when he lost his life. So his parents probably likely are
There had to
60 or
be
younger.
there had to be some other member of his family, an aunt, an uncle, a
Sure,
grandparent,
sure,
somebody.
agreed. Somebody,
A friend?
yeah. Yeah,
Nobody.
that was just a rally. That
It was
was all
just a
that
rally.
was a
It was
propaganda rally.
all politicians. It was politicians hijacking and creating more state-run media. That's all that was.
It was weird. Pyrotechnics and
Fucking strange. We got lots to talk about on Sunday. We're gonna do our first you commenter driven conspiracy theory on Sunday as well. So if you have a conspiracy theory, you want to hear it on the show, leave it in the comments. We'll look it up. If it's fun to do, we're gonna look. We'll invest in it and we'll play it out on the air and see if you can convince us. But yeah, we're gonna do that for the first time this Sunday. That's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, I'm gonna go next, Brad, because mine kind of ties into Jake's, and then we'll end with
cool,
yours. Okay?
cool.
Well, actually, they all kind of tie together, but I think this one ties better because we're gonna talk about AI.
The shit world just all ties together. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. It's mainly because it's run by the same four fucking people. Like you saw, it's because the problems are the same. It's Meta, it's Google, it's fucking, you know what I mean? It's Oracle, which is Larry Ellison's company, by the way. So keep that in mind. One of the co-owners of TikTok, as I go through why AI is not only fucking useless, but a giant bubble and is going to destroy everything, including the economy, the environment, and your life. So this is so fucking crazy. Oh, it starts with this. Oracle says they're gonna commit. OpenAI has committed $300 billion to them. But Sam Altman needs capital for this to happen. So Nvidia announces they're going to invest $100 billion. The stock price shoots up $150 billion. Then then they take that money and he gives $100 billion to Sam Altman and he gives that money back to Oracle. It goes in one big fucking circle and it's all fake money and it's all a fake number, right? So this story comes out, right? And I'm like, oh my God. Because I think if anybody has listened to this program for any fucking significant portion of more than 2 minutes, they know that I despise everything about AI. I think it is the most useless, dangerous thing that has ever happened on this planet. Uh, so these data centers that so let's just fucking breeze over the fact that is the most corrupt fucking thing on the planet. And all this money is fucking bullshit. Uh those data centers, 10 gigawatts apiece. That's more electricity than New York City per data center. Per data center. The United States is operating at a 15% reserve capacity. That's why we have blackouts and brownouts all over the country. We do not have enough energy for what we have. Our infrastructure was built in the 60s and 70s, right? Is cannot handle any of this. Um, but we're going ahead with it anyway. Meta building a data center the size of Manhattan in Louisiana. It's that's 2,500 acres worth of data mining garbage. They're plowing through farmland and they're further hurting farmers in that area because of the water. It uses so much goddamn water that there will not be enough water for them to farm for farmers to use their crops. Not to mention the spike in electricity prices that it has already brought on the American people. Jake, will you show the chart that I sent you? the spike in prices is already through the roof, and we have barely began to touch the surface. As much as 3% of the built data centers, the ones already built, are unplugged because they lack the electricity. And despite that fact, if you look at this chart, you don't have to mathematize to look at from the year 2022 to 2024, it is a straight line up. The capacity just doesn't have the capacity for it. And on the flip side of that, uh, China has 100% reserve electricity. So they can plug these data centers in without a fucking blip, without a glitch. So there's that.
Yeah, it's gonna crumble us. Houston can't even handle a snowstorm.
No, they can't, dude. And it's not because of the renewables in the area. The renewables are the only. So it's cost money, destroys the environment, sucks up water, causes pollution. There's people, the one Grok AI Center in Memphis, Tennessee, is causing health issues and problems. The noise that they make, the humming noise from the fans, drives people literally fucking insane. Um, and these things, so these data centers are pollutants, they are energy consumers, they are trash, and they are costing hundreds of billions of dollars. $500 billion has already been invested, right? You've got $500 billion of Chinese money and $500 billion in the rest of the world. So you're already looking at $1.5 trillion invested in AI technology because AI is the future, right? AI is big. AI is meaningful. None of this, not like, housing for people or, high speed rail, anything that might be useful to people. AI, that's what's important. Well, even Sam Altman has had to admit recently that it's probably a bubble. AI technology is not panning out to be what they had thought it would be. It barely works at all. Of the companies, the 95% of AI companies that exist have gotten a 0% return on investment. 95%. Most of the technology ends in a dead end. When they put out a new chat version of ChatGPT, it erases all the data from the original versions, which wipes out entire company's progress. So they have things that they hire it to do, like the coding, which is supposed to be one of the things that it's best at. They've actually had to rehire humans because it's caused so many bugs and fixes. They've had to rehire humans to do the job, the specific job that they thought AI was going to do, which is to fact check coding before it goes to things. So they have to actually hire humans to fact check the AI. So AI is completely 100% useless in that capacity. Large language models, which people also thought would be good to help write, big things, or this is how we're going to cure cancer. Well, unless the cure to cancer is a real short thought, it's not going to be able to handle it because on short answers like you get from your Google search, it's pretty accurate and not entirely. So next time you search for something and it's AI generated, be sure to just scroll a little bit past that and make sure that that's factual because it's not even 100% accurate in those things. But in large things, it's essentially useless. So if you try to write a paper with AI like Robert F. Kennedy Jr., it's going to have a lot of errors. And that's been proven by the Trump administration, who has tried this with court documents. They've tried it with fucking research papers. It's a useless technology. And billions and billions and billions of dollars are being invested into this thing. And it's being invested in ways, just like I said, where it's like one company says they're going to invest this much money in this company. They don't actually have to do it because the stock price shoots up, then they invest that money in another company and they pay the other company. And it's just this big circle jerk of nothing. It is a bigger bubble than the dot-com bubble. And it's just like the dot-com bubble because just like the dot-com bubble, companies are slapping AI on their company because they know it raises their valuation by 15 to 25% just for having AI on the thing. Back during the internet.com boom, anything that had .com on it got a bump in the stock market. And when the fucking thing came apart, it was found out that most .coms were just like a single page of like a monkey doing a dance. Like that was the whole thing. With the equivalent of like a GIF today was the entire website, the entire internet business. And these things were valued at millions of dollars. They haven't actually produced anything. and neither has AI. AI has produced nothing. It has no product to show for itself. It is purely based on wishes, hopes, and dreams. And it is the thing that is propping up the one piece of the economy that they keep hanging their hat on, both Biden and Trump, was how well the stock market was doing. And it's only doing well because of these top 4 or 5 companies that own AI, like Meta and Oracle and Amazon and the other Alphabet. It's those companies and only those companies that are driving the increase in stock prices. So this thing, when I tell you and have been telling you that we are absolutely fucked, 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 I am not joking. We are being led by the stupidest people on earth. Just because they know how to code does not make them geniuses. They're fucking idiots. And they're going to get the rest of us killed. So that's my turn.
I
Yeah,
also heard they want to open one up in Lordstown.
Why not? It's an oppressed area in a red state.
Hmm.
No regulations, no taxes.
Right. Like that town hasn't gone through enough.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. So yeah, that's uh that's what's going on there. That's the reason why we're so hot, the hottest economy on the planet.
I think Nvidia had its like worst single day this week.
Yeah. It's crazy. Even if you look at Tesla, like Tesla is an overvalued company, True Social, everything. If you look at the stock market, it's just bubbles. It's just pumped full of air. There's not much of nothing worth anything in there.
Yeah. Stock options allow them to continue just floating the market as high as they want it.
Yeah. And Bozo wants to lower interest rates and pump more money into that. That is not the answer, kids. Not the answer.
The answer for them, but not for us.
Nope. Definitely not for us. Tax the fucking rich. All right, Brad, take us home.
All right. So, unfortunately, there was another unnecessary shooting at an ICE detention center in Texas. 3 people, including the gunman, lost their life. And again, completely unnecessary. We do not need gun violence. We do not need violence amongst people in our communities. This is getting out of hand. People are losing their lives merely for existing. These detainees, we don't know what their crimes were. We don't know. You know what I mean? We have no idea why they were being detained. Merely existed and were killed simply for being alive. There's no public outcry for it. There's no pyrotechnic memorial. None of that.
No.
None of it. And instead, Jake, if you'd like to show me the tweet,
Okay.
JD Vance comes out on Twitter and says, the gunman had an anti-ICE messaging carved on the bullets he used. What precisely did I get wrong, dipshit? After John Favreau said the vice president is not a reliable source of information, this is now the fifth or sixth time he's posted a political take contradicted by facts from his own law enforcement agency. You see JD Vance's response. Now, if you could please go to picture number 2.
Shit posters. The government flipping.
That's a motherfucking Sharpie.
Yep.
That's a Sharpie on unspent rounds.
Yeah.
They are escalating political violence right in our faces. It's not a conspiracy anymore. They are
Mm-hmm.
absolutely trying to pray and hope that they can win the midterms by making the left seem like the party of like crazy violence, like they're out here trying to murder everyone. Because obviously they just missed the ICE agent. This guy just missed the ICE agents and only hit detainees um, because he was aiming for ICE agents. That's obviously the rhetoric that they're spinning right now. There's They clearly drew on fucking bullets with a Sharpie, bro, and wrote anti-ice. Like, are you kidding me?
Who the
Are you
fuck
kidding me?
would say anti-ice?
Right.
That's the
That's what
best
I mean.
point.
They're like inciting, they're like ramping up the thought of political violence against like your opponent. Like, this is insane. This is what our fucking vice president is putting like into the world on on Twitter in an open investigation.
Hmm.
The vice president of the United States is talking about the evidence found on Twitter, bro. That's what our vice presidents are. They're just this is all just bullshit, right? Like the whole thing is they're like inciting violence to like make us hate each other because they know that we're starting to understand like more people are coming to the realization that we've already come to. Like it is not about each other. We need to be unified. It
Yeah.
is about them, bro. They are the problem. This authoritarian government has to be stopped. It just has to be stopped.
Hmm.
And they understand that if we finally agree on that matter,
They're
then
done.
we're fucked. They're fucked. They have no shot. So they're just pumping up political violence and making it like a left versus right thing. Like I said, there was no like we talked about the campaign rally they had for Charlie Kirk. Like that was
The
not normal. That's
the
not normal.
campaign fundraiser.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was.
Call it what it was. It was a fucking fundraiser.
Yeah, talking about putting them on U.S. currency and like this is like crazy. Like I don't.
No,
It's
they
ins.
didn't.
I swear. I
No,
swear.
they're going to introduce a bill to put him
They
on
yeah.
They
400.
didn't put
Four,
Harriet Tubman on there, but they put that dude on there. I'd be dead. That's
yeah.
it for that's it for me. That's it.
Yeah. I asked asked Threads today what the over under was on Democrats voting for the bill. I said it at 75. Most people took the over.
I just don't understand. Like, number one, is this really how our FBI acts? That they're just like, here's the evidence we have in an open investigation. Um,
And
and
second.
yeah, and we're gonna put it on social media and let you decide. And then our vice president's like, it was engraved on the bullet casings. The non-spent 5 bullets we found with the Sharpie that says anti. Come on, stop this. They're
The
just
one bullet
they're
too. They couldn't even waste the time to do it on all of them.
right.
They had to do one.
Like hurry up and get this because that's the thing though, is
So,
that they get it out first. Like the reason we record instead of doing it once a week for a real long episode, we do it multiple times a week is because there's like you gotta be the first to be on it. So
mhm.
they get this shit out there immediately. So you're right, they didn't have time. No, 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 just put it on the first one. We'll get it out there quick.
Anti-fascist or fuck ice.
Yeah.
Anti-ice, you fucking idiot. Why would it why would it
Fucking
be
just take the picture. We're on time.
why would it be between that and Muhammad, Seth?
Oh, but that's funny because it's funny, but it's so crazy that we live in a world where they just like are like, you know what we need to do? We need to divide them because they're starting to come together, guys, and this is not great for us.
No, and they are driving the wedge hard, and not to mention, don't forget, it's also because our president is a giant fucking pedophile. Right? And his name is all over the fucking list. Like he touches little kids. He's got his billionaire friends touching little kids, and they're covering it up. And it's all because and it appears to be specifically because foreign governments have been using it as blackmail on fucking important people in our government and others to control things for a long fucking time. And honest to
Dude,
God,
John is so wildly confident that he will not be in a defamation lawsuit against Donald Trump because they'd have to pull discovery. He's so confident. He's like, I'm
oh,
gonna let it rip, bro.
for sure.
We get to open an investigation. I'm gonna let it
Absolutely.
fly.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Prove me wrong, bitch. Like, prove me wrong. You know? Let me see. Let me see. Let me take a peek. Let me take a peek. I'll probably be doing it for a prison cell, but well, I'll have to
Oh
record
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah. Cash bail will be gone,
for sure.
brother.
We'll be, we'll be recording my session, my part of the podcast in 30-minute intervals from over a prison phone.
And that lady will let us know we're at minute 29.
Yeah. You have 1 minute remaining. Oh shit. Yeah. It's I don't know. And they're playing right in our faces. Now all of a sudden they're finding post-it notes everywhere with the man's manifesto with very specific details like I did this alone and Cash Patel is so handsome and just like the stupidest things, like the stupidest, most obvious things. Like, if only previous FBIs had thought to look for obvious handwritten notes that solve the crime for them on the crime scene, man, they could have saved themselves a lot of crack in the 90s.
Wait, post-it notes at the crime scene?
Yeah, they're just finding handwritten notes everywhere. Or at the guy, I think it's the guy's apartment or something. Just please
Of
spare
course.
me. Spare me. You can't
He,
believe how
he was looking up Charlie Kirk ballistics videos and all this stuff.
right. And first of all, who hasn't been watching like the whole world has been watching Charlie Kirk? I don't know what that fucking proves. Everybody's algorithm is full of Charlie Kirk, whether they fucking like it or not at this point. So I don't even know what that would prove. They're just so full of shit, it fucking hurts.
It's just ridiculous that they're using people's death to try and divide us at this point because that's all they have left. Because it's not the economy, it's not. He's down in immigration. He's down in every statistical category, and there's nothing left. We're
Nothing.
watching Democrats win in landslides and special
Yeah, bad,
elections.
shitty Democrats, like not good, like not.
Right? Yeah,
It's not.
shitty ones.
It's not just the good ones. Like the ones that are like corporate, boring, basic as fuck are still overperforming. Like the ones that are like the ones that are doing phenomenal are the Bernie endorsed, the ones way out there. The party is not paying attention to that, but they're also what makes me angry is they're not being punished much as they should be for the centrist Democrats that they are running, except for like in New Jersey where it's close and it shouldn't be close because they picked Mickey Sherrill, who's just like the most milk toast fucking candidate for governor ever. Like if you fucking read side by side both of their fucking bios, you wouldn't know which one was Republican, which one was Democrat. You know what I mean? You'd be like, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, like it has to be color coded, or you would never know. And that's the kind of shit. That's why that race is close. Because be honest with you, the Republican is a fucking trash bag, an absolute trash bag. All right, and so also with the shooting thing, somehow the shooter snipe with a sniper rifle shot meticulously and slowly three detainees and zero ICE agents, but the target was ICE.
Hmm.
Right.
So
You ever sat in the back seat with a cop when you got arrested?
cop never got in the back seat.
Cop
No,
never got in the back seat with me, bro. Cop never got in the back seat with me ever.
no, no,
Never was there a cop in the back of the patrol van with me.
no. It's never happened. I
Never
mean,
seen it once.
no. Even when cops get arrested, they ride in the front seat. I've seen that.
Maybe they'll just say like the AI generate the weather that day and say the wind was blowing really strong to the left.
Marjorie Taylor Greene out there, like, I told you so. All right. That's all we've got for right now. Um, but yeah, this episode not sponsored by Trump Vodka. That's right. It's available again. Depressed about the economy, losing your job, been fired by the federal government? Well, don't not to worry. The worst vodka ever created, the only alcohol to ever fail on the market is back. It's Trump vodka. That's right. The vodka that went off the shelves despite the fact that Kamchatka has been around since fucking the 19 fucking 20s is fucking back. It's fucking, if you get sick and tired of your run of the mill plastic handle fucking vodka. Now
Ooh,
you can get it in a gold jug and pay $75 for it. And I'm sure it has a fucking bullet in it and words fight, 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 or something stupid like that. But they're relaunching it. And they're not sponsoring this show. And they shouldn't be on your shelf either. Quit playing the grift with these people. We'll be back. We're back. You still haven't liked and subscribed. What's up with that? Do it. Do it now. Let's get into the FYPs here on the Derealization Nation Media Network, the What's Left podcast. It's time to dive into what each other's been seeing on TikTok this week. Save a couple of funny ones, playing back for each other. And let's start with this one. Yep, we are just fucking begging you
Oh,
to come cancel us. The caption for the listeners is church plays AI generated audio of Charlie Kirk. Nope, hold on. First, I want you to fix the volume.
First, I want you to know I'm fine, not because my body is fine, but because my soul is secure in Christ.
Oh, it's me, Maddie.
It's really quiet.
I'm in heaven now. So sorry I died. I miss you so much. I'm happy here, so I'm not coming home. I miss.
Wait.
uh,
I
I can.
wish I wish that was louder.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so quiet.
I don't either. They're never quiet. They're always too
If
loud.
we watched Tim Robinson's I Think You Should Leave. It's a dog clip. I'm sorry I died.
Oh. All right. Boy, we're just going straight for the throat today. This caption for the listener says when Christians catch some big feels in the comment section.
You're going straight to the pits of hell, where you'll be tortured in agony for all of eternity. I will bask in the never-ending glory of heaven, forever happy, while your flesh is being burned in a lake of fire, and you deserve every minute of it. I don't believe that, and it's pretty ridiculous. That's hate speech, you bigot! Oh my god, are you for real? Is this real life? I mean, is this actually happening right now? That's incredibly offensive! We have to boycott something. We have to write to our congressman. Somebody call Fox News. This is America, you commie! So either stop expressing your nonconformist views or get out! This is the same kind of religious persecution that led to the Holocaust! I tell you what, mister, you stay away from me and my family. I'm blocking you on Facebook and Twitter. Why are you oppressing me? Jesus said we would be persecuted. Why won't you respect my belief that you deserve death and torture? Why?
Yeah, it summarizes it pretty good.
Yeah, kind of how they act. Yeah.
Yep. That's what the comment sections are like, especially on YouTube. Jesus, dude wrote a dissertation. We're gonna bring that in one time. It's fucking no hinges.
Is it okay to have another religion besides Christ?
Not in America, because our Constitution's based on Judeo-Christian values.
Judo Christians, both those back to back are mine. If the one thing that comes through other than politics is how much I hate religion. Oh shit. All right. This looks like a Jake, maybe.
It is.
It's a caption for listeners is why the fuck is German so hard?
Itch, whiter hole, the sour coochie stinkt.
Du bist ein Idiot. Aber keine Sorge.
H&R, Kubenstein.
People listening and not watching, that is exactly how it's spelled.
Learning languages is hard.
That is
It's hard.
That's wild as fuck, bro.
She has so many of them, but I love the coochie stink.
All right, this last one.
Did you see Django Unchained?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. You remember when Leonardo DiCaprio and the boys were sitting around watching
the Mandingo
fight to death?
Yeah, awful.
Yeah, awful. But isn't that what boxing is?
No.
You and your rich friends, you go to Vegas, you say, bring up those poor black people from the ghetto. In the ghetto.
I don't think that's the requirement.
And a mother cry.
I don't think that's the requirement.
What's not a requirement?
You have to be African American.
You have to be poor.
Okay.
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 Norm Macdonald also crosses my feed. What a fucking legend. Do you have to be poor? All right. This one says, Trashy family. Has everyone in your family ever been asked?
Has anyone in your family ever been asked to put their cig out by a police officer? Sir, can you put that cigarette down, please?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jake.
but a cop tell me to put out a cigarette or two.
Yeah. Unfortunately for you. All right.
9/11. What's 11 plus 11? 22. Who has a song called 22? Taylor Swift. You know what else she has? Planes. And how old was Taylor Swift during 9/11? Old enough to do 9/11. The signs are there.
Old enough to do 9/11.
I love it.
That's gorgeous. All right. Another dog one.
What's the worst thing I could say? Things are better if I stay so long.
That dog's cute.
I get a lot of dog stuff on mine because we got the new dogs, so we're always sending dog stuff back and forth to each other, me and the wife.
You know, not for nothing, the point of AI is to sell us stuff better than that. Like,
Right.
how much better does it have to be? You got me. Okay. Oh, me deciding to stop spending money on necessary things. My bank account.
You don't mean that shit. You just running your mouth like you always do.
Right.
I try so hard.
Yeah. I know.
Primarily because I'm like terrified of like going poor
Yeah.
and like not being able to pay my mortgage or something.
I know. Every time I pay the credit card bill down, it's like, well, I guess I can drive it back up then.
And that's the American dream.
Fucking crazy. Yep, that is. Just stay stressed enough, stay at work.
Always fear being poor and homeless. Also spending all your money.
If it ever gets real bad, that's obviously what's going to have to happen for every. That's what's going to happen. So many people default on credit cards, it'll be insane. These banks will crumble. These banks will crumble.
Yeah. I think the first thing that's going to happen is people are going to stop paying their utility bills. It's going to be just a mass, like people can't pay it. They just won't be able to.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Data centers won't care. All those lights turned off. They'll have all the energy. They'll have more energy for them. Fucking crazy. All right. So that's what's bad. Hey, what's good? Jake, tell me what's good this week.
My birthday is in 2 days.
Okay, then.
Period.
So what are we doing for your birthday?
Something on Sunday, I hope. I presume.
Yeah.
Did you go see that movie?
We did. It was really good.
Excellent. It was very, very good. I enjoyed it.
I'll have to wait 2 more years for the next one, but that's fine.
2 years, damn. Takes that long?
Yeah, well, it took that long last time, so everybody's just assuming it's going to take another 2 years.
Maybe they made all three movies at once and they'll just be releasing them back to back to back. That'd be cool. That happens sometimes.
I'm going with my friends on Saturday. That'll be fun. And then Sunday, probably family stuff. I don't know.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm excited. Brad, what you got going on this weekend?
Eli's got a game. Hopefully he gets his playing time on varsity because it'd be sick for him to let her as a freshman. So we'll see how that goes. And then he's got his JV game on Saturday. The wife has a weekend off, but unfortunately for her, the Ryder Cup is happening, and also just an absolutely incredible slate of college football for Saturday. I mean,
Yeah.
just really top tier.
Yeah.
So I kind of plan to be a lazy piece of trash
Hmm.
and watch sports, and hopefully my wife wants to hang out and cuddle on the couch or something.
Boy, that sounds eerily similar to what's good for my weekend.
That's crazy.
That's what I'll be doing. And as I mentioned before, we have two TVs in the living room, which is clutch. That plus the multi-view on the YouTube. You can really just slurp it all up all the time. I do really enjoy it. Uh, so yeah, that's the game plan. Although in the morning, I think I'm going to go and officially become a PA resident and get my ID and register to vote because we're running out of time here in Pennsylvania to get registered for November. And there is some Supreme Court justices to vote on. Vote yes if you are in Pennsylvania. So vote yes to retain the Supreme Court judges. That's the important one on the ballot so far.
Hey, you remember when you got YouTube TV just for us to watch the Jordan thing, and then they end up charging you again for it?
Yeah, that was some bullshit, bro. But The Last Dance was
The Last
fire.
Dance was incredible.
That was
So good.
fire. Yeah. I do remember that though. I do not have whatever sort of self-control it is that is necessary. If I want to watch something, I will pay through the nose for it.
Oh yeah, dude. You give me the option to purchase it right now when it just came to my head 3 minutes ago, I'll spend whatever you tell me to.
Yeah. But please tell me how you need an AI data center to sell me something. I
Right.
I'm out here waving money I haven't made yet in your face, and you're like, not good enough.
Money I haven't made yet.
All right. Yeah. Other than that, Jake's birthday present came in today. I was worried it wouldn't get here before, so it's here. Happy about that. Other than that, that's what we're doing. I figured Sunday would be family stuff, so that confirms what I'm
I was
doing.
hoping for too, because Megan was like really excited for me to come back. And I was like, yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
mom and dad aren't up this weekend too, so I'll stop there too, so they don't feel bad either.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Fun. Can't wait. World's falling apart, but life goes on. Got to keep on fighting, keep in the fight, and that's what we're doing here on the Derealization Nation Media Network, trying to grow, trying to be bigger. So please like and subscribe. Everything is and always will be free on our network, because that's also another important thing that's being lost is just the free availability of good news services. So that's our goal. But if you can help us out with a paid subscription on Substack, we really would appreciate it. Or if you'd like to buy a t-shirt for your troubles, you can buy one on derealizationnation.com, the jankiest website in fucking going. It is also just a fucking gif of a monkey dancing and t-shirts. That's the whole website. But yeah, other than that, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. And until next time, I'm John.
Jake.
And I'm Brad.
And that's what's left.
We haven't talked about it, but please remember that they're still trying to gerrymander our districts and take away our right to vote.